unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa and I, and I would like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, today's pick a card reading is going to be really juicy, very intriguing, and to some of you, I'm sure also very surprising. So in today's reading, we're going to be uncovering exactly who is going to enter your life next. And in order to help you figure out exactly who's coming for you, I have prepared 5 groups that you can choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 5 groups intuitively. So how this video works is that you pick one of these 5 crystals, then you go down into the description box or into the comment section where I have a timestamp for each one of these stones. So you can click your timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to your reading. So the 5 groups that I have prepared for you today are as follows. Representing group number 1, we have the dark electroplated quartz cluster. Then we have an angel aura point for group number 2. Then for group number 3, we have the Labradorite sphere. Group number 4 is represented by the Pyrite, and group number 5 is represented by a rainbow angel aura quartz point. And if you feel like you need a minute just to meditate on the 5 groups, then feel free to pause the video right here in order to do so. So by now you've hopefully made up your mind as to which group you would like to choose, so I will be getting straight into the reading, starting off with the dark electroplated quartz cluster. And to all of my other lovely groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the dark electroplated quartz cluster. So let's figure out exactly who's coming for you, shall we? This is such a beautiful stone. I absolutely love it, but let's move into your reading. So we have the star, we have the tower, as well as the 10 of wands. So group number 1, I want you to know that this person who's coming for you next is somebody who you don't know. This is somebody completely new, and one thing that I can see here is that they're going to restore the hope that you had lost. So you may have lost a lot of hope in love or humanity in general. That is one thing that I see here in the tower. So if somebody has done you wrong or you've been done wrong one too many times, I can see that you're just kind of like over with it. I see that in the 10 of wands as well as the tower. But the person who's coming into your life next is somebody who is going to restore your hope and your faith in other people, either romantically or platonically. But let's figure out exactly who this person is. First, we have soul expansion. So in soul expansion, I can see that this person who is coming towards you is somebody who is going to inspire you and kind of have you understand the connections between things a little better. So this person is highly educated. Now, that doesn't mean that they have a lot of degrees or they're a doctor or anything like that. They could also be highly self-educated. You know, the internet is a very powerful tool to learn anything about anything, literally. So that is where I can see here that this person has a lot of different interests and also has a lot of knowledge. So they really have a highly active mind and a deep understanding of life and this world. Next up, we have Lady Venus. So one thing that I can see here is that the person who's coming into your life next is going to reveal a lot of truths that you never even considered prior to meeting them. So they're the type of person who is going to open your mind to different types of theories, different types of ways of looking at life, and just overall have you understand the astral realm a lot more. So this person is most likely really into celestial events, really into astrology, and overall just into the universe as well as physics. Next, we have Horus. Now, at group number 1 in Horus, I can see here that they're the type of person who feels like thoughts are very magnetic and powerful. So they're the type of person who not only loves, for example, physics, which has a lot of proven theories, but they're also really open to different laws like the law of attraction that have yet to properly be proven, but there's still substantial evidence from people who claim to have successfully used it. So they love to explore all of the in-betweens, all of the gray zones. And I can see here in Horus that the person who's coming next for you is somebody who's a very powerful person. They're a very impactful human being. So when they walk into a room, honey, all the eyes are on them. Even though they don't try to draw attention to themselves necessarily, they just still command it, okay? They're the type of person that commands respect, commands attention, And we have Melchizedek that just popped right out of your pile, which is all about being very knowledgeable, all about higher learning. So this just feeds further into the person coming into your life actually being somebody who is like the boss, who is the CEO, the CFO, who has a lot of knowledge that other people do not have, and that is why they're being celebrated and they're always being greeted with a lot of respect. Next up, we have Kuan Yin. Nevertheless, this person is caring and compassionate. Now, group number one, I don't want you to feel like this person is conceited or only cares about themselves. No, just because they command attention and respect doesn't make them a bad person. I see that the person who's coming into your life next is somebody who always chooses to act from a place of care as well as love and tries to make things okay for everybody who is involved. So they definitely have a leadership role. This may be a new boss coming into your life, but if you're single and you're looking to, what next lover might come into my life, this is somebody who has a job where they have a lot of responsibility and where they're kind of like the head of a corporation, okay? But they might also be a highly successful entrepreneur. Either way, they have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. They're aware of it and they try to act responsibly. Next, we have the rebellion. So I can definitely see that what put them into this successful position is because they were never like anybody else, okay? They've always stood out like a sore thumb. So this person who's coming into your life next not only stands out in how they are, but also in how they look. I can see that when it comes to their physical appearance, they're really somebody who doesn't care to fit in, doesn't need to fit in because they're already in a power position and was just always a little different. So this could be, for example, their height. This could be how they walk, how they talk. It could be the color of their hair. Either way, I see that they're not someone who just blends into the crowd. They definitely stick out from the crowd. Next, we have primal. So I can see here that they're the type of person who is very instinctual. So they will not always make decisions in a highly rational, computerized type of way. They really believe in the value of human instinct and intuition, and they use that. So they're the type of person where, okay, they're in the power position, they're the boss, they get a million different CVs to look through, and they're not going to choose the person with the best grades. They're going to choose the person who seems the most ambitious and the most like a go-getter, the person who has worked themselves from the bottom and made the best out of an otherwise very difficult situation. That is what this person sees value in who's coming into your life next. So maybe that's why they see value in you. Next, we have prey. I see here in prey that they're the type of person who gets watched a lot. Now, does that make them prey necessarily? No, because this person who's coming into your life next is a very strong, authoritative type of figure. So group number one, this means that other people will be very interested to know what type of connection that you have to this person and whether you're seeing them romantically or not. So even if you're not going to end up seeing this person in a very romantic sense, other people are still going to be watching. They're still going to be nosy as hell, group number one, and they're going to want to know exactly what's going on between you and Mr. or Miss Authoritative. Next up, we have transmission. So one thing that I can see here is that when it comes to this person, they're going to continue to impact. So they're not kind of being dethroned anytime soon. They're not losing their power position anytime soon. This is who they are. This is who they are going to be. They're going to continue to live in this space where people look up to them, where people ask for their advice, and they are going to continue to work hard. But I do want you to know that this person moving into your life can be a little bit of intimidating energy to have surrounding you. So do make sure that you don't end up feeling as though you are kind of like the prey, like you are the one who is being looked at through a looking glass or under a microscope. Okay, they're not that type of person. They're not somebody who is shallow. They're not somebody who is judgmental. But if you take their energy the wrong way, then you may end up feeling very self-conscious, which is why group number one, it is important to note that you being confident around them is essential for this situationship or relationship to work in the future and to have them be a positive influence in your life. So be confident, even if they're your boss, even if they're somebody who you're looking at as a potential lover and they're really hot and you feel undeserving, okay, still be courageous, be self-confident. They need that in order to see you as an equal. So group number 1, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Leave a little dragon emoji down below in the comment section if you made it to the end, and to let me and others know that this is the group that you ended up choosing. I'm sending you so much love, group number 1, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Angel Aura Quartz Point. Now, shall we do a little close-up, group number 2? I think, why not? So this is the beautiful Angel Aura Quartz Point. It glistens in all colors of the rainbow, which is one of the reasons why I really love these types of stones. Excellent choice, group number 2, but let's move into your reading to figure out exactly who's coming next, shall we? We have the Two of Cups, we have Strength as well as Death. Now, group number 2, I don't want you freaking out because you had the Death card show up. The Death card in correspondence to Strength as well as the Two of Cups shows that you're picking yourself back up after a very difficult time, after an ending of a relationship. So I do see here in the Two of Cups that there is a romantic relationship coming next, a romantic lover. In correspondence to Strength, you will of course have to mentally be prepared. And in order to be mentally prepared, in the Death card, you have to let go of past lovers. If you have anybody still DMing you, still hitting you up, still trying to get back into your safe zone, still trying to get back on your good side, I see here in Death that you have to just cut them off once and for all, okay? It's not serving you, group number 2. It's not beneficial for any future relationships, and it's stopping you from having this person move into your life. Now, if you are in a relationship, group number 2, I do want you to know here that you have to let go of any old resentment that you're harboring for your partner. I see that moving forward, in order for strength and kind of like a new spark, renewed passion to be possible, you have to learn to let go a little more. Next, we have the Lovers. So romantic love is definitely here for you, group number 2. The person who's coming into your life next, or should I say the renewed person who's coming into your life next, is fully and 100% committed to their relationship with you. They respect you, they want to be with you, they find you attractive. You are just to them like a twin flame, really. I see here in Justice that finally things are moving into balance for you. So if you feel like you've been done wrong one too many times, like just overall love or relationships, whether it's friendships or romantic ones, have been difficult and you've been mistreated a lot, I want you to know in Justice that things will move back into balance. So if you've experienced a lot of difficult situations, a lot of difficult connections and relationships, do know that easier times are ahead. But first, in Death, we really do need to let go of the past, as well as weed out people who just continue to come back and hit you up whenever it suits them. I think we all have those contacts in our phone where you literally realize, like, as soon as you, for example, change your profile photo, they're like, oh, nice profile photo, or they're like, oh, hey, how are you? And it's like, have you forgotten how things didn't work out because in fact you ghosted me, or you were the one who already had a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a wife, and like it didn't work out because of you? Why are you acting like that never happened? You know, those people who gloss over the fact that they could have been with you, they could have been a part of your life, but they consciously decided not to, or they consciously decided to be a clown and act in a foolish way, and you didn't tolerate it, and now all of a sudden they're trying to like creep back in. No, okay, cutting those ties, Death card. Remember that, group number 2. Next, we have Paul the Venetian. So Paul the Venetian was hidden right behind this card, and I almost pulled the other one. Thank God Paul the Venetian showed up, because one thing that I can see here is that who's coming next for you is somebody who is going to make you feel so grateful for the fact that you waited, that you were patient, and that you kind of pushed people away who didn't deserve you, that you weren't afraid of losing people who clearly didn't appreciate you. Next, we have Melchizedek. So in Melchizedek, I see that your experiences are really what is bringing value to this relationship with this person who is coming into your life next. So all of your life experiences that you've had with other people is going to allow you to know how to read this one coming into your life next, and to know that they are trustworthy. In Jwal Kul, I can see that you're being called to remember that you are on this kind of like path, if you will, and you have to take one step at a time, group number 2. So not rushing things, taking things very slowly, and allowing for love to unfold in a very beautiful honeymoon phase kind of way. Don't try and rush things, because really the best phase of every relationship is the honeymoon phase, and reigniting that spark is possible, but again, one step at a time. First, you have to let go of certain grudges that you may be holding on to. Then we have Charity. So Charity is a very beautiful card, not just on the exterior basis, but Charity is also a card that shows that you can connect with heaven. You can connect with just that greater consciousness, that greater good that you may have been missing out on before. I see also in Charity that it's all about asking and receiving. You most likely have not been appropriately asking, so you may have not appropriately been receiving, or you just don't feel like you're appropriately receiving. Let me give you an example, group number 2. If you have, for example, wanted a pay raise or a better job, or just a job, period, and you feel like you've been asking, you've been praying, but you haven't been receiving, maybe the way that you're asking isn't appropriate. Get detailed, get specific. Say how much you want to make, exactly what position you would be in, what your job would entail, and write all of that down. Make all of that very clear. The same goes for your love life. Of course, group number 2, use that same strategy. Next, we have the Monster Within, Eternal Youth, as well as Free Will. Now, group number 2, in the Monster Within, one thing that I can see here is that the person who's coming into your life next is completely devoted to you and loving you, but I can see that in a sense they're also a little bit weak when it comes to love, and why they are weak is because they've been hurt and burnt a lot. So you are kind of like a safe haven. You're going to be building them up. You're going to be helping them to regain their confidence, but do know that there is still like this monster within. There still is this beast within them that sometimes chews away at their confidence and chews away at their self-love. So you will have to remind them of that. I see here in Eternal Youth that you are really like the fountain of youth to this person. You give this person life. They put you on a pedestal. Group number 2, this person is in awe of you, and they want to be in and around your energetic space, your field, your aura. They're obsessed. In Free Will, I can see here that they are choosing to do this. It's not because they're like super insecure that they're holding on to you for dear life. That is not the vibe, group number 2. They are choosing to be into you because it feels good to them. It feels soothing. It feels healing. That's why they like to be around you and have you close to them. So do know in Free Will that this is not a pushover type of situation where they're just latching onto you. They want this. They want to be committed to you, and they want to show you that they care. Now, group number 2, this is the reading that I received for you, and I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little wolf emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that this is the group that you chose. I'm sending you lots of positivity, group number 2, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Labradorite sphere, group number 3. Let's do a quick close-up of the stone that you chose. So I'll just show you from back here because I don't think my camera lights even do it justice, but can you see this beautiful bright blue that catches this stone, depending on how the light hits it, it is such a beautiful gem. I will leave the link of this stone down below in the description box, and I just popped it right here into the flowers because we don't want this beautiful little guy to roll away during your reading. So let's move into your reading. We have the 9 of coins, the 5 of cups, as well as the 8 of coins. So we got a lot of coins here, group number 3, and I can see in the coins cards that the person who is coming into your life next is most likely an earth sign, okay? For example, a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. And I do want you to know here that when it comes to finances, when it comes to the earthly realms, they are highly successful. But when it comes to love, in the 5 of cups, I can see that they have had a lot of difficulties. They have had a lot of unsuccessful relationships, maybe even unsuccessful marriages, and just overall they have kind of lost faith a little bit in love and in themselves and their ability to be loved and to be in a relationship. I do want you to know in the 9 as well as the 8 of coins that they're doing well, group number 3, okay? They're doing well for themselves in the earthly realms. They are a successful person financially. Next, we have the 4 of wands. So I can see here that as soon as you're able to like enter this person's life, their hopes get put back in a place where they feel like, okay, I can really build with this person. I can really build with this little unicorn family member, as I do see in the 4 of wands that stability as well as creating a financially stable life with someone is what they've always wanted. I can see here in the Emperor that taking the lead is important to them. So this person who is coming into your life next is a leader. This is the type of person who loves to be in charge, and they love to be the person who makes plans and who has the idea of coming up with, okay, how are we going to execute this? How is this going to work? I see in the Emperor that they are also very well respected in their career to the point that they're maybe even feared, and that is one thing that often gets in the way, as they feel like in the 5 of cups, they're a great boss, they're great at making money, at being financially stable, but when it comes to relationships, they feel like they really suck. They feel like that's really something that they're not very good at. Next, we have Melchizedek. So in Melchizedek, they are committed to learning. So they're not the kind of person who is just whining or just feels like, okay, I'm just never going to find true love. Everybody who's with me is just going to like me for my financial security. They're not like that. I see in Melchizedek that they want to learn and they want to move on from the negative experiences that they have had romantically, as well as in platonic relationships with friends who have lent money from them, never given that back, who have used them, who have taken from them without giving anything in return. They want to move on from that, but they kind of want some type of certainty that it's not going to happen again. I see here in Lady Nada that they are welcoming and opening themselves up to love, but I do see that it's important for them now that they give and receive in balance. That is one thing that I see here in Lady Nada that is really essential to them. So when you meet this person, and you will know them because they are an impactful human being, they are very successful, they may even be a well-known person, a well-established person. When you start to get to know them, they don't want you to reciprocate, as in if they take you out on an expensive date, that you treat them to something just as expensive. They just want to see the effort. So you, for example, writing them a card or writing them a good morning text or letting them know like, hey, I appreciate you. If you're seeing them on a platonic level, that means a lot to them. Getting that extra little mile in, that is everything to them. That is like the little telling factor that they want to see as to whether they can trust you or not. Next, we have Mercury. So in Mercury, I do see that they have a lot that they're keeping within, a lot of weight that is on their chest, and that is maybe because they can't just say how they feel when they're working. They can't just say how they feel in their professional life, because you know they got to be professional and diplomatic. But I do see here that when it comes to their relationships, when it comes to the people who are in their life that they like to spend time with, they will talk a lot and they will tell you the tea. They will give you all of the details of the industry that they work in that you may never believe, like the stuff that goes on behind closed doors, the stuff that goes on in the back that they're going to reveal to you because they just have to get it off of their chest. Next we have El Moria. So in El Moria, one thing that I do see is that it's important for them to feel very protected, okay? So they have had people sign non-disclosures to be around them. Do not be surprised if they do the same for you, group number 3. And I do also want you to know here in Mercury that because the job that they're doing is a very important type of job and they're successful at it, they're well respected, they have all the deets, all the inside knowledge, that does make them an easy target for certain people, or it makes them a seemingly easy target for people, which is why they will protect themselves at all costs. So even when this person goes into a marriage, they're going to make sure that assets are appropriately protected. And that is just because they've been disappointed and hurt so many times in the past, group number 3, that they don't want to be left that way in the future any longer. Next we have the Village as well as the Mirror. So one thing that I do see is that this person feels like they're just like everybody else, but it's just really hard to be seen that way when they're being put on such a throne and such a pedestal. And that is one thing that they like about being around you, group number 3. This person who's coming into your life next just feels like they are one of you, okay? They feel like if you lived like in a little village together with people who are similar to you as well as them, that you would all be the same, that no one person would be more valuable than the other. And I see here in the Mirror that you really allow them to see a reflection of themselves that is refreshing, that they haven't seen in a long time, and that makes them feel accepted and like they finally belong and they're finally not different. I see here in Alethea that it is just the polar opposites, the fact that you are two opposites that brings you together even more, okay? The fact that you make an effort to put yourself into their very privileged position but also difficult position, and the fact that you are unafraid to explore parts of them that other people are too afraid to go to. I see that that is one thing that they really appreciate, and I see that that is one thing that makes them know that you're a trustworthy person to be around, and that soothes them, especially coming from a place where emotionally speaking they feel hurt and they feel a little bit like close to giving up when it comes to friendships and love, but you're able to reawaken that belief that there are still trustworthy people out there. Now, group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home for you, and also leave a little crown emoji in the comment section to let me and others know that this is the group that you ended up choosing. Sending you love, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Pyrite, group number 4, which is also known as the Fool's Gold, because obviously the stone looks like it could be made of gold, but it's actually not. But let's move further into your reading in order to figure out exactly who's coming for you next. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the Moon, as well as the Queen of Coins. Now, group number 4, I can see here in the Knight of Cups as well as the Queen of Coins that you actually have 2 people who are coming for you. On one hand, we have the Knight of Cups, which is somebody who's most likely a water sign, such as a Pisces, a Cancerian, a Scorpio, but we also have the Queen of Coins, which is an earth sign person, okay? So this could be a Virgo, a Taurus, a Capricorn. The Knight of Cups, the water sign, is somebody who is very young, most likely younger than you, or at least mentally younger, so you're the more mature one. Whereas in the Queen of Coins, we have somebody who is mature, somebody who is well established, and overall just someone who seems older, okay, seems wiser than the Knight of Cups. So let's see why these 2 people are coming into your life, as I feel here in seeing the Moon in between the Knight of Cups as well as the Queen of Coins that you're going to have have to intuitively decide and figure out who you really want to keep around you. So we have Hilarion next. So in the Queen of Coins in correspondence to Hilarion, I can see here that this is the type of person that teaches you about the importance of recharging and healing, group number 4. So this is someone who is well established in their career, so they know about burnout, they know about feeling really exhausted and what you need to do in order to be successful long term. I see here in Kuan Yin that they're a very compassionate person. They have a lot of feminine energy and have a very mothering type of vibe to them. So they're the type of person who always offers a helping hand. That's what I see in the Queen of Coins, and also gives you a good word of advice when it comes to business, being successful, and staying at the top of your game. Next we have Lady Portia. In Lady Portia, I can see here that the Queen of Coins will always tell you to go with your intuition and your gut feeling and do what is right. So this person who's coming into your life next, well, this person in the Queen of Coins who's coming into your life next is someone who is really into spirituality, astrology, pick a card readings as well, and is the type of person who will tell you to just always listen to that sixth sense. I see here in Jewel Cool that they're a constant reminder that it's not so much about perfection, it's not so much about what you accomplish, it's more how you do it. It's more about being proud and happy with what you're able to accomplish rather than having tons to show. So that is the person that I see coming for you in the Queen of Coins, which has very mother-like type of energy. So this could in fact be like a big sis, a mother type of energy that you're getting from this person. So let's see who the Knight of Cups is, shall we? We have a Witness. So in the Knight of Cups, I can see here that this is a very outspoken person, and this is somebody who has the tea, the juice on everything and everyone. They have screenshots that can ruin people's lives. They are a very detail-oriented person, and they are highly observant, okay? They are like that silent witness that was there. When you think back, you're not sure if they were there to witness something happening, but they were, and they were listening, they were writing down, they were taking notes. They were taking photographic and video evidence. That is the person who the Knight of Cups is. They have receipts. And I see here in Hope that they're the type of person who hopes to bring the truth to light. They're the type of person who will not stop if somebody just says, oh, like, I can't explain to you why this is happening, or I don't know how to explain it, but this is what's up. They always want to get to the root of things. And I can see here in Hope that they're also very hopeful to be there to witness you grow, to be there for you for a prolonged amount of time. So this shows that they really adore you, group number 4. Next we have Ancient. So in Ancient, I can see here that they are the type of person who has a lot of magical inheritance that has been passed down to them. So their lineage may stem from a place where there was a lot of magic, a lot of rituals, a lot of like tribal type of energy, okay? Very ancestral energy that comes with a lot of tradition, a lot of different rituals, and for example, herbal remedies and medicine. So I can see here that they're definitely a very like ethnic loving type of person. I can see in the Poet that they're also very artsy. So this person who's coming into your life next, or one of these two people, is a very artsy type of person who can also easily forget about things and easily be carried away, which is why they're like less mature than you, which we mentioned at the beginning of your reading. Then we have the Sustainer. They're all about sustainability. They're all about the planet and the environment. They do not agree with anything fast, whether it be fast food, fast fashion, fast anything. They are the type of person who would rather invest in sustainability and sustainable living than getting things just constantly and feeding into consumerism. They're very concerned with the planet and its state. Next up we have the Storm. So in the Storm, one thing that I can see here is that But these two people who are entering your life next, group number 4, they're definitely going to cause a little bit of commotion. Now, the commotion with the Knight of Cups or the Queen of Coins may be if you feel romantically attracted to them, but the commotion could also just be that they're stirring the pot a little bit in the sense of providing you with new knowledge and new points of view that shake your old reality. Like, for example, if the Queen of Coins tells you, hey, buying a house is not you creating an asset, it's actually a liability because it costs you money even if you own it. You're not making any money off of it except if you maybe rent it out or resell it for a profit or what have you. So that is where I see that this person is causing commotion because they're giving you really interesting input and knowledge that makes you think and makes you question your belief system up until meeting them. So group number 4, these are the two people actually we found out that are coming into your life next, more or less pretty simultaneously close to one another. They may know one another, they may be linked to one another in some type of way. Them coming into your life is not going to cause any type of negativity. Quite the contrary, it's going to make you think a lot more. So I'm really looking forward to you having these people show up. And make sure that you take them however they come, whether this be in the form of a virtual getting to know this person or this person coming into your life in the form of you reading plenty of their books and feeling like you have their energy with you truly. Allow this to be a very open kind of coming into your life by these two people, as the current climate on the planet does not exactly allow for a lot of physical contact, if you know what I mean. So group number 4, I hope that you enjoyed your reading and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home for you. Also leave a little diamond emoji in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end of your reading, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello group number 5 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rainbow Electroplated Quartz Point. So this is what it looks like, or also known as Rainbow Angel Aura Point. It's absolutely stunning. So let's move into your reading in order to figure out who is coming for you. First and foremost, we have the Ace of Cups, the 5 of Wands, as well as the Sun. So group number 5, I can see immediately that this person who is coming for you is going to bring joy and happiness into your life, because the Sun is one of the most favorable cards of the tarot. It is a card that shows togetherness, as you can see right here, as well as you basking in the warm, beautiful sunlight. And the Ace of Cups is a card that speaks of a new emotional beginning. Now, I do see here in the 5 of Wands that there's going to be a little bit of a power struggle, okay? So you may feel a slight competitive edge with this person who's coming into your life next, or a slight bit of having to compete with others or comparing yourself to others who they have had in their life before, be it friends, be it partners. You want to kind of like measure up to the standard. I see here in the 9 of Wands that sooner rather than later, you're definitely going to feel like you are a part of this person's life and you're here to stay. I see in the 9 of Wands that your lives are going to kind of intertwine and be interwebbed. Is that even a word? You know what I mean, group number 5, and are just going to fit together in a very nice and impactful way, group number 5. So you're going to impact one another in positive ways, and it's going to be a great mutually beneficial arrangement. I see here in the Wheel of Fortune that while there may be ups and downs, you got one another's backs. This person who is coming into your life next is someone who understands that friendships or relationships aren't easy. There will always be good days, good weeks, and bad weeks. Like hell, sometimes even good months, bad months. But that doesn't take away from the love that they have for you, and that doesn't take away from the fun, competitive edge that still remains. So with competitive edge, I mean, for example, if you're with somebody and you're playing a game and you definitely want to win, you don't want to be the loser, or if you're betting on whether a piece of information that you shared was right or not, for example, how like high the tallest mountain is, or whatever it is that you're talking to one another of, and you're like, no, I'm certain that this is right. You go Google it and it was right. That kind of competitive edge, okay? That a little bit of stubbornness, but in a fun way. I can see here in the Five of Swords that when it comes to communication, that is one thing that you're better at, just being more silent than more vocal. Okay, this sounds terrible, group number 5, but I just want you to know here in the Five of Swords that sometimes when there are topics that you should be a bit more careful about and a bit more like empathetic about and a bit more gentle about, it can be very hard for both of you to say things in a way that doesn't hurt the other one's feelings. So that's where you have to watch out a little bit. I see here in Temperance that the person coming into your life next is definitely somebody who you're interested in being with physically. That is one thing that I see in Temperance. You both are very drawn to one another on a physical level. You both find one another attractive physically, but also spiritually. That is one thing that I see here in the Hierophant. You're not at all only interested in one another on a physical level. You definitely are interested in that deeper connection, but hey, if the person is attractive, why not get physical as well? I see here in the Nine of Bottles that this relationship is very fulfilling. This relationship looks to me like a soulmate type of relationship that's coming into your life, and every soulmate relationship has its pluses and its minuses. Communication can be difficult, saying how it is that you feel, not always the easiest, but I do want you to know that the most important thing that you have with this person is just this inner knowing that there is never any bad intent or ill will. You both just want the best for one another. I see here in Witness that you both are here to witness one another's growth and to kind of be that person who can see, like, be evidence of the growth happening. Evidence of success is something that you're both going to witness with one another. In her last day in the light, I can see that there may be a very unexpected change that comes, and that's when this person enters your life. This reading is all about who's coming for you next, and this person is coming for you next after a very unexpected ending, after a very unexpected shift, a surprise change in your life, in your life's structure. Now, this could be a very difficult change, okay? This could be a change like losing a job or losing someone or something that you love, okay? Not to scare you, group number 5, but I have to be very honest in these readings. So do know here that in her last day in the light, this is not a situation of turmoil. You can see in her last day in the light, she is prepared. So you know this, like if a situation that you've been seeing has just further deteriorated, whether it is the health of a loved one, whether it is your stability that you have in your job and you have just seen it coming, you're prepared and you will enjoy the last moments that you have of stability before the ending comes. And then after that ending, that is when this fresh beginning is going to begin with this person who's coming into your life next. So they're going to come in after this sudden change, okay? This semi-unexpected change. So it's unexpected because nobody ever really expects it to happen, but when you know that something is going towards an end, you just know. Next we have Supernatural. So I can see here in Supernatural that this person who's coming into your life next is just unlike anybody who you've ever met, and you can definitely feel like there are some hidden powers there between you and them. It's a very electrifying type of connection. It's very mysterious, but somehow you just know that there's something unexplained that is there. It's not just a coincidence that you always know what they're thinking. It's not just a coincidence that they can end your sentences. That is one thing that I see here in Supernatural that makes you just think like, huh, this really was meant to be. Next we have Reason as well as Ancient. So I can see here in Ancient that they're the type of person who has a high level of magical inheritance that they have gotten from ancestors. They are the descendant of a very magical lineage, and that explains very beautifully why supernatural showed up within the reading, because this person who's coming into your life next is definitely somebody who has that something, okay, that I can't quite put my finger on it, but they're different. Something about their energy is ethereal. I can see here in reason that they're the type of person who is very smart, and they understand that coming from a background that is just surrounded by so much magic, by so much of a supernatural kind of power, comes with a lot of responsibility, and that they need to see it through. So I do see here in reason that it can be hard for them to listen to any type of advice from anyone, whether it be a family member or you. The person who's coming into your life next is somebody who is very stubborn, and when they feel something, they are going to do it, and they're going to find a way to. And against all odds, they always succeed. I see here in supernatural that they always have a very inexplicable way of making things work. So this is a very magical connection, group number 5, that's coming into your life next. So don't be surprised if this is a connection that starts out platonic, that starts out more like a friend, and it may have the potential to develop into a romantic relationship, but it does not have to be a romantic relationship. It could also just be a friendship where you're both very attracted to one another, where you find each other to be highly magical beings. I mean, there may even be experimentation of being in a relationship, but if you decide that it doesn't work out, if you both decide that this is maybe better as a friendship, you're still going to be in one another's lives, because it's just two puzzle pieces that fit. You might not forever be in a relationship with one another. There may be on and offs, there may be ups and downs like we spoke about in the Wheel of Fortune, but one thing that is clear is that you are meant to be in one another's lives for good. Now, group number 5, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home for you, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos.